Hi, I'm Cherie, Yanek, Churchill Librarian, and today I'm here to read Luka's Quilt by Georgia Guback. I love this book because I love the colorful illustrations, and I think the story is really beautiful. My Tutu lives with us. Tutu, that's Hawaiian for grandmother. Tutu takes care of me while mom and dad work. We do things together. I like that, and so does Tutu. But all that changed when the quilt came along. One morning, Tutu said, I had a dream last night. I dreamed I was in a beautiful garden. There were flowers everywhere. It gave me an idea for a quilt. This quilt will be for you, Luka. I made a quilt for your mom. Now it's your turn. Will it have flowers on it? I asked. Oh, yes, Tutu replied. It's a flower garden. There will be all kinds of flowers. It's going to be so pretty, I said. It will take a long time to make, said Tutu. You'll have to be patient. That's okay, I said. I can help. After breakfast, Tutu and I went to the fabric store. Choose a color, said Tutu. There were so many pretty ones. I like that yellow, I said, and that pink, and some of that blue, and the lavender, and this orange one is nice. Tutu laughed. Not so fast, she said. Choose one color, just one. How can it be a flower garden if there's just one color? I asked. You'll see, said Tutu. Just one color? Green. I chose green because flowers have green leaves. The flower colors will come later. Here, selecting the flowers. Selecting the fabric at the fabric store. Tutu sketched and cut and pinned and basted, and I got to help. This quilt is going to be so pretty, I kept thinking. I could hardly wait for the flowers. At last, Tutu put the quilt on the quilting frame. Serious work now, she said. And I knew I wasn't big enough to help anymore. When are the flowers coming, Tutu? I asked. She'd smile and answer, You'll see, Luka, you'll see. Then one day, a long time after, Tutu took the quilt off the frame. She ironed it and put it on my bed. For you, Luka, she said. You can see it right there. It's really pretty, I think. The flowers! There were no flowers! Where are the flowers? I cried. Here, said Tutu. See, here's Amaryllis, and here's Ginger, and over there is Jaconda. Everything's white, I said. How can there be flowers with no pretty flower colors? This is the way we make our quilts, said Tutu. 2 colors. It's our island tradition. You chose green, remember? I thought the green was for the leaves, I cried. All the flowers in our garden are in colors. It can't be a flower garden if the flowers are white. Tutu's eyes got watery, and she quietly turned and went to her room and shut the door. I looked at Tutu's quilt again. I thought it was going to be so pretty. It was all white. I sat down and cried. Things changed after that. Tutu and I used to be such good friends. Now we had nothing to say to each other. We didn't do things together anymore. And all because of that quilt. It's going to stay like this forever, I thought. It was awful. So you could see she's in the garden, Tutu's in the garden, and Luka right here is playing by herself. But Tutu surprised me. A few days later, she said, Today's Lay Day. You've never been to Lay Day celebration, Luka. Let's declare a truce. See what's going on at the park. What's a truce? I asked. That's when people put aside their differences and come together again for a little while, Tutu answered. I didn't see how that was going to work, but it was worth a try. Okay, I said. I filled the water jug and Tutu got the tatami mat, and we stopped at Aiko's to buy bento for our picnic. By the time the bus came, it was almost beginning to feel like old times. And I love this picture. There's just so many colors. There's so much going on. And you can see, and this is a book worth getting just to kind of like look at all the beautiful pictures. There was so much going on at the park. We listened to the music. We watched the dancing. We spread our mat under a tree and ate our bento. And Tutu treated me to shaved ice. Later, we came to a place where kids were making leis. Come, said a lady, make a lei. Is it okay? I asked. Go ahead, said Tutu. The lady got me started. She gave me a long needle and strong thread and showed me how to string the flowers together. You can see them a little more closely, making their beautiful flower necklaces. There were all kinds of blossoms. They were in cardboard boxes with wet newspapers all around to keep them fresh. I chose a pink flower. Next, I added a yellow, then an orange, and then a lavender. Tutu laughed. No, not that way, Luka, she said. Choose one color, maybe two, but no more than two. I could feel myself getting angry, and I tried not to. I was remembering of our truce. Tutu, I said, it's my lay. But, Tutu began. Then she stopped. She was remembering our truce too, and she didn't say another word. Things got better at once. I didn't feel so angry anymore, and I kept making my lay my way. It turned out very pretty, and I got to keep them where we were at home. You could see it right here on the bus. So the truce worked, and I felt happy. I'm glad you had that truce idea, Tutu said. I had a good time. So did I, Tutu answered. By bedtime, the happy feeling was still with me. I looked at Tutu's quilt again. Maybe a white flower garden wasn't so bad. I snuggled underneath her quilt and fell asleep. Looks pretty cozy right there. I think it's really pretty. The next day, Tutu said, Luka, I was looking at your lay last night. I saw your flower garden and it gave me an idea. I got to help with Tutu's idea. I chose pretty flower colors from her scrap baskets, and then I helped her sketch and cut and baste. Then Tutu did the sewing and quilting. A long time later, after my pretty flower lay had dried out and turned brown, Tutu called me. We went to my bedroom. All the flowers I dreamed of in a special quilted lay, there they were like magic. Just for you, Luka, said Tutu. Now you have all your flowers and all your colors. Oh, it's so pretty, I cried. And all at once I was hugging Tutu and she was hugging me back. And everything was better again. I like my quilt a lot now. Sometimes I have it plain, my white flower garden. And sometimes I put Tutu's quilted lay on top and have my flower garden in color. I like it both ways. But what I like most is that Tutu and I are friends again. And I could tell Tutu likes that best of all, too. So again, this was Luka's quilt. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening and keep on reading.